Hey, it's us once again. We're here for another Iyanla. Fix my life episode, whatever. This gonna like I told Mike B, in my mind, this is gonna go short and sweet. Now Mike B might go on a rant. You know how you do. But how you doing, brother? This is my homeboy Mike B.
What it do? Why you hating on me?
That ain't that's the truth. I ain't gonna say.
I keep it straight to the point. You be ranting.
No, I don't. I can
already
rant.
feel it. I know I got some stuff to say. So
but
I know
you let it rip and the train keep on moving with Mike B.
Iyanla,
Jillian, and Ray. Ramon, is that his name? Ramon.
Yeah, she was calling him Ramon.
But his name, I call Ray and Jill. Black couple. Apparently they asked Iyanla to fix their life. I don't know.
I didn't feel like that. I didn't feel like that.
I didn't get that feeling like, all that whole time.
Somebody say, "Hey, show up at this address at this time." They showed up.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Iyanla.
It seems like they just moved to Hollywood, and they people told them, "Hey, be here at this certain time, and do your couple thing."
Because I feel like if they actually were the ones who wrote to the show, like we're trying to fix something, they said they were there for better communication.
Yeah.
But maybe they haven't watched Iyanla.
It seemed like they needed better communication with Iyanla, because apparently they communication was perfect.
I'm talking about like with each individual, they needed better communication.
They needed, but they didn't think so.
But what happened? What happened?
Well, anyway, the first things first, we find out that Ray, I was about to say it, Lord, nope, I ain't gonna say it. He's missing a leg due to diabetes, and when she said leg, I knew it was black folk and missing parts. It's usually because diabetes. And we find out later, he said, I was missing 10 toes.
Yeah, he had his toes amputated before he had his leg amputated. So brother man been going through.
He been going through, with his diabetes, but he wasn't like that. He was whole
when they met.
And so she's coming into the relationship. He's a different person. Mm-hmm. He's taking the reins. He's doing what I don't know what the manly things, I guess.
Right.
And that's what she's coming into, Jill. But once he, it seemed like things start going a different way. Once his leg amputated, and he confessed that I can't do all the things a man can't do. The groceries. Just
right. But
just
the
basic stuff.
I was like, you can't even carry the groceries. Like maybe it's because it's still like a fresh thing, but I'm sure people that's been had their legs amputated, they can. I've seen them run marathons, so I'm like, you can't carry some groceries. So maybe he hasn't been able to afford that type of surgery.
Then she said like a year and a half.
Last July. So it don't seem like it's even been a year yet.
Oh, okay. So
I guess I don't know when this was recorded, so I don't know. But he was walking, so he seemed to be at least comfortable with that prosthesis or whatever you call it. I think the main issue, we're not gonna go play by play. I think the main issue was that once he lost his leg, I feel like he lost his confidence.
Yeah,
that was the vibe I was getting listening to Jill talk, listening to Ray talk, and
that man pride.
Yeah,
you kind of down the size now, you
right, because now you have to rely. He said the roles are reversed. I have to rely on her to do all this stuff that I used to be able to do because I'm limited, but you still want to feel like the man.
You still want to feel like
so
the man.
That's why his issue with her was about control. He's like, she wants to control everything, and when I call her on it, she kind of dismisses it. She don't really acknowledge it.
Yeah,
and so I can understand that. And I feel like the main thing that they didn't really get to or talk about was, you've lost your leg. And so you feel some type of way probably as a man. And if you lose her, then how are you going to, how easy is it going to be for you to jump into another relationship?
And how can you function?
He's already, and the fact that they aren't having sex because of his medication due to his diabetes.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that would take effect.
But if you find somebody that's willing to deal with you during all of that, you want to hold on to him, and I feel like that's what was going on.
Yeah,
more so than anything.
It seemed like they matched for the wrong reason. She has controlling issues, and he said, what he said, I'm passive. While he was talking to Iyanla, he's like, I'm a passive person, so that just worked great, for how their attitudes are.
Yeah, because Iyanla referred to Jill as an alpha because of her attitude.
Yeah.
The other thing, I forgot what I was about to say. Regarding Jill, I feel like she has a reason to resent, him. Because she didn't really ask for any of this. Now she's having to almost be his caretaker. And he's supposed to be the man. Like, a lot of people be like, I didn't sign up for this shit.
She was like, I feel like, he need to step up. But I don't think he can do it. So, I go ahead and do it.
She does it.
And, she's feeling, like you said, she resent him. She's feeling some type of way. Because I'm doing all the manly jobs. And he spilled out all the stuff that she was doing. She's doing the bills, the all the manly things that, can't do this for me. That type of deal, honeydews. She's doing it. And so he that it seemed like it all stemmed from his reputation.
And the main thing is they're not talking about it.
No.
The fact that she resents him, I feel like I would understand if my wife came to me saying, or my girlfriend came to me saying, you're not the person I met. You got all this going on. I feel some type of way, especially if she's willing to still deal with me. I would understand. And then maybe try to make some changes, to better myself or do more so that she doesn't feel like I'm a burden on her, because that's the last thing I want to do. I want to be a helpmate. I don't want to be a burden. And now I'm like another child for her, especially if we can't, have sex, or I can't please her in that way. You got to do other things, whatever that meant.
That'll
do
break
other
my
things.
heart, man. That would totally break my heart.
So, like I can understand both issues, because you feel like less than a man because you can't perform. But they kept saying, while he's on his medication, so maybe once the medication changes or his health changes and he doesn't have to take the medication, things will be different, and he'll probably feel more in control or more willing to take control.
Yeah.
Because when they were playing that little game, and Iyanla was like, "Hey," she brought up the fact that you said she's controlling, Jill is controlling. We find out from Jill, like, she wants him to take control sometimes, but he just doesn't do it. She's like, you don't write anything on the board for us to do, so I do it.
I go ahead and do it.
He couldn't say anything. So how can you feel some type of way about her being controlling when you don't step up and take
when you acquiesce to
control?
what she do? He
says
he's a passive person, but it seems like you're passive, but then like you don't do anything about it.
I feel like that might be a part like a part of depression. It could be.
I can see he probably feel like you right. I want to do, but
And the other thing you don't want to do is run her off. Because especially if you like her, you love her,
might not find
you feel some type of
else.
way about her, you may not find anybody else. So I don't want to ruin this. If she gonna fuss at me, let her fuss. If she gonna cuss, let her cuss. Because ultimately, she's still here with me,
and
putting up with my shit.
It seems like she melded into that role pretty easy. I think she's probably that type of person anyway, a controlling person, and so she found somebody that can, that she can control.
But she acted like that's not what she wanted.
That both of them act like this ain't what they want. But that's what I'm saying. But this is what you are.
That's who you are.
And this is what you do, and you do it. That's the thing. I'm like, you do this, but I guess that's their struggle. That
and the fact that they don't talk to each other.
They don't talk to each other and let them know what's going on with each other.
Iyanla pointed out that not only did you guys not like talk to each other, y'all don't hear each other when the other person is talking, because the other thing that happened on this episode,
they don't hear it.
Was they kept accusing Iyanla of trying to break them up. Yeah. I'm like, I guess what I thought. Understand.
What I thought. Excuse me. What I thought when I was watching. It seemed like they didn't watch too many Iyanla shows.
Oh, you think so?
I think so. And so they going in with the guard up, thinking she only doing this for the show, and so. I'm act this way. You doing this for the cameras. You trying to break us up.
Because they both seem to be on that
tip. They was guarded.
Like they had, we talked about this ahead of time.
Yeah.
So don't let her try to break us up or, something.
It was I don't know. She tried to do like, okay, I'm going to separate you for the night type deal. and she sent him away, and he felt some type of way, like, okay.
Well, I would feel some type of way because first of all, she's the one who's been helping take care of me, so I would feel some type of way about my health.
So you
being
so you saying that?
No, I'm sure that's not the only reason. That's still his girl, and he loves
but
her.
It seemed more extra than she can't put on my socks, that type of deal.
Yeah.
It was it felt weird. Like why you so. Why you feeling like this?
Especially when you come into this process
30, 40 miles away, and I can't contact her when I need her, and
that's when the blow up happened. But even before that particular blow up, they were just kind of coming at Iyanla, and I'm sitting back looking like
sideways.
Like, what are you guys hearing? Like, it's like they had an agenda.
That's what I'm saying. Like they watched too many Iyanla shows, and so they came in with, like you said, an agenda, thinking one way, and she was like.
And remember he said, true. You told me that I wasn't I didn't protect my wife, or I'm not protected, or something like that. She said, I didn't say
like that. You protect and provide, and all that. You said this.
I'm
just reiterating what you said.
She asked him 4 P's: protect, provide, perform, and please. And she's like, do you protect her, or how do you protect her, or something like that? He was like, no. And then next time we see her, he's like, you said I'm not
a provider.
He felt some type of way about it.
Yeah,
he wanted to whoop Iyanla ass. And she's like, I didn't say that. So
what movie were you watching when we were talking?
I thought maybe it was something that was cut out. The next day, Iyanla played the tape. Like,
how she, my producers. You already know. And I was hoping she do it. That's why I thought this was like it was to me this episode was like nah, I ain't gonna go there yet. But she get the tape,
and showed him that he was the one who said that. She just repeated what he said, and I feel like he should have been like, you know what? I'm sorry, I must have misheard or something like that. No,
that wall got bigger.
Yeah,
that wall, but he was feeling some type of way about it. Why you think I feel? Why you think I think you're trying to break me and my wife up? But what's your
both
angle?
Of them felt that way.
Like what's your angle? Like
I wasn't getting it.
Yeah, like they came into it like there's an angle. Like she has an angle to this.
The next day, we're talking about the next day when she sat down to talk with Ray, but then old Jill came. Oh, she was on 100. Already. She was pissed off, and Iyanla was met her outside, was trying to talk to her, and she was just being so condescending, so disrespectful, so rude, and she wasn't acknowledging it. She felt like just because she was talking to Iyanla, saying this nasty, vile stuff to her in a nice, calm fashion, that she wasn't being disrespectful, that she wasn't being rude.
She talking about how Iyanla nasty, nice.
Yeah, nice, nasty.
Nice, nasty. That's what she was meaning.
She was saying, because I guess what happened, production called her, said, be down or check out at 9 o'clock. Mm-hmm. They didn't pick her up till like 11:30. She's pissed off about that, and you had every reason to be pissed off. I would be mad.
Yes.
But the fact that you brought it to Iyanla as if this was like a game they were playing to rile you up and piss you off.
She still thinks it's an angle. She's like, you doing this to piss me off, rile me up.
For ratings.
I know what you all about. You can't pour old Lulu on me. I done watched it about 6 seasons. I know what's going on. You can't play me.
I feel like they could have did something much better than leave her in the hotel lobby for 2.5 hours.
They could have just put her in the room in the house or something. Just chill here. Pick her up.
But I guess they hadn't picked her up for whatever reason. And Iyanla didn't get to explain why she said, she said,
I was here with him.
I was here. She said, I didn't know anything about it. But the way old girl approached, it could have been.
They got out of her what they wanted out of her. Who knows? It is TV.
So it is. They was like, you know what? We almost at an hour worth of footage that we can keep.
Yeah.
Let's hurry this up. Let's piss her off and see what we can get out of her instead of helping her heal.
Nah,
I don't know.
Nobody.
Maybe they gave up. Maybe Iyanla gave up on them because she realized that they're not taking it seriously. They have this agenda. They're not listening to me, so they want me to play this thing their way. And this is the Iyanla show. This ain't the Jill and Ray show.
Is still on vacation. That's how I felt about this show. Yeah, because she was like, "Okay, this how you feel?
I'm done.
I'm done."
Yeah.
Yeah, you keep on accusing me.
She stayed there way longer than I would.
Usually, Iyanla would try to work it out.
She tried, and the old girl was just being so nasty to her.
Yeah.
Because she felt some type of way. And again, she was blaming Iyanla for all of this. I know how TV work. I know y'all just doing this for ratings, trying to piss me off and get a reaction out of me. Who cares about you?
They called Iyanla while she was on a yacht or something, on a plane, and
she said, let's get this
over
with.
Did you forget you had one more episode before the break? And this is what transpired. I ain't got time for this. I'm out.
This was Iyanla saying, I ain't got time.
Where the bus at? Take them to the airport. I would have told them quick. I wouldn't even been there tonight.
The only time we saw them actually doing some work was during that game that Iyanla was playing with them. And even during the game,
that was somewhat normal.
That it flipped because they still deep down are believing that Iyanla's trying to break us up. Because she's trying to get you guys to deal with the shit y'all ain't talking about.
Yeah.
You know, Jill ain't telling old boy that she what was the word? That she feels some type of way about him. I just wrote it down.
I didn't write it.
She resents him, and so you're not talking about it. Why would you go into a serious commitment without talking about something? I resent you, and I don't want to talk about it.
All they kept on talking about was the wedding. Like
that's all,
how beautiful the wedding is.
The wedding was
make
ready.
Sure we have everything right. The groomsmen, the bridesmaid. You know, make sure the wedding. And she was like, "It's funny how you keep on saying
the wedding, yeah, but not
you
the marriage.
Said nothing about the marriage
because they're not concerned about the marriage. I feel like they're going to get married and deal in 6 months, with each other. That's how I see it. Even at one point, it came up like one of his biggest fears is like having another body part amputated. And so I would like to know how Jill will deal with that. Like, are you prepared to have to deal with something like this for the rest of your life? And even, you know, sometimes diabetes leads to complications, which leads to death. Are you prepared? Have y'all talked about that?
It seems like they haven't talked about none of that.
You know what they talked about in detail and in full?
The wedding.
The wedding. And when that happens, we get episodes like this where Iyanla get back on that yacht.
Man.
She like, hey, 2 fingers to the wind.
She does.
I didn't blame her.
But
again, she took a lot more than I would have. But she was trying to be professional, trying to explain. They didn't give a damn because it felt like they had their agenda.
She called for flip-flops and burnt out, pretty much. I would have did the same thing. I don't even know why you flipped through your notes. Because this shit, but they didn't care, so why should you?
They didn't care, so why should I?
We don't need no more minutes.
That was our thoughts on this week's Iyanla.
Yes.
If y'all feel like something we missed that maybe proves that Iyanla was on that bull crap, let us know. But I didn't get that vibe.
It reminded me of the first season of Iyanla.
It felt like classic, like you said, classic Iyanla.
It was like classic. You know, other than she didn't stay. You know, she's grown. In the
they usually find a way to work it out.
7 years.
You know,
I'm done.
I would have been.
I was toasting when they called me. And y'all messing up my chi.
We 10 minutes in, and old girl was like, "I feel like you're trying to separate us." I would have been like, "You know what? I'm out." I would have left.
I would have cleaned my glasses together. You ain't gotta say nothing but a word.
Yeah, cheers to that,
and walk the hell off. You know, you right. Because that's how it seemed like they came into it. Like they knew what was, they knew what time it was,
And see, they were taking her asking questions about their relationship as her trying to break them up versus them providing answers to prove why they should be together. Why they didn't take that approach?
Man,
what if?
I'm like, yeah, I'm done. I have no words. I got my. If y'all ever, like Mike B said, if y'all have some comments, put them down. Now next week, that seemed like that's some real, when we get some real stuff. What are the siblings touching each other and all of that?
Yeah, going to several different foster homes.
What is it, like 50-something over 50-something fault? Now that's really Iyanla. We get to the the real Iyanla.
It's gonna be next episode gonna be crazy.
That's
all we got.
Till next time.